This man almost lost his mind while chewing an edible.
Let me tell y'all about the last time, and I do mean the very last time I ever touched an edible, and the reason why it was my last time. Now, I was never really a stranger to the devil's lettuce. I mean, I used to partake every now and again, but I decided one day while on vacation in Florida that I was gonna give it a little, a little razzle-dazzle. So I went in the shop, right, and this dude behind the counter was like, "Are you looking for anything in particular, sir?" I said, "Nah, I ain't looking for nothing in particular. I ain't trying to roll nothing up, but I also like your typical Eddies don't do nothing for me no more." This man might as well have said, "Okay, hold my beer. I got something for you. This stuff right here, fresh off the shelf. It's like new to the game." Came back with his bottle of Eddies, and it was like, I'm gonna just call it T0. And he was telling me this stuff right here is like military grade. This is what the military used to use like in experiments, but it's made from the devil's lettuce, so it's like it's legit, but it's just a very, very, very strong strain. So I'm like, man, all right, get him. I got back to the Airbnb. I took one. After the first 30 minutes, I'm like, I don't feel nothing. 10 minutes later, I'm feeling everything. I stared at a painting of a flamingo for 30 minutes, and I was like, that's not a flamingo, that's a shrimp. I was in the shower unable to move. I just had to lay my head up against the shower wall. Now, don't misinterpret what I'm saying in this story, because it's not leading to where you think it's going. Because then I started hearing the voices. The voices saying, yeah, we got you now. You ain't coming up out of here. You came into our domain. We don't care like what prayers your family has prayed, what prayers you have prayed. You invited us in, so we don't have to let you go. You opened this door and we walked right in. So I'm like, whoa, hold on, God, like this ain't never happened before. Then I heard the Holy Spirit saying, these voices, these spirits that were speaking to me were correct. You opened the door and let them in. They rightfully don't have to let you go. Then the Holy Spirit was letting me know the only reason you haven't lost your mind yet is because I'm keeping them back from taking you. These voices were saying things to me like, this is the place where people go when their mind just can't handle certain things, and there's just like a snap in their brain that they can never return from. All I could see was like these laughing faces. It looked like clown faces to me, and they were just like laughing and pointing at me like, we got you, we got you, we got you. The whole time it was like God was saying, focus your eyes on me. If you take your eyes on me, you ain't coming back out of this. Now I was sitting on the couch stuck, just like smiling, and I was smiling so hard, even though I was terrified, but I was smiling so hard my face was starting to hurt. But in my subconscious, I knew that I was gonna have to get up at some point because my family was about to go on this dolphin excursion. But I mean, I'm like stuck to the couch. So I'm telling myself like, I don't know how I'm gonna get up. The decision had already been made that Michi ain't driving today. Somebody else gonna have to drive. But either way, I couldn't get up off this couch. So I'm just thinking like, Lord, what do I do? I gotta get up, I gotta get up. And God let me know the same thing that you did, call on Jesus when you were having sleep paralysis. That's what you need to do right now. It's the same exact thing. You have just been so overpowered by these spirits that are speaking to you that you're stuck and you're frozen in fear. All because you opened these gates and let them in, because you just wanted to have a good time. Now, I couldn't audibly speak or say anything. All of this conversation was just going on in my mind. So it took everything in my power to finally just think as loud as I could, Jesus. And as soon as I did, a gong went off, and it just sent chills through my whole body. And I was briefly able to stand up, but then I heard God say, this ain't the end. This roller coaster just started. Y'all stay tuned for part 2.
There you have it. When someone opens a door, they're actually partaking in things that the government has legalized. They've given you some type of substance, some type of edible. They have given you something for you to take, and you think it is fun. When in reality, you are opening doors to the devil. And these doors give the devil legal access. Some people never recover from it. But y'all still think it's a game. Don't be deceived. This is real. If you've had a bad experience while you were under the influence and you're still here today to talk about it, it is through the grace of God keeping you. And you ought to give him praise because God has kept you. Learn your lesson. Submit to God and resist the devil.